Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. Let me see if I can find the live, and also YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. And there I am. Tell everybody good morning. Okay, so Tom Reynolds is in. Well, the Cowboys, I didn't watch the second half, but the score, I guess, was the same when I turned it off, 24-20, huh? The half I saw, they played good. Dak Prescott played good. So, I guess nobody scored in the second half. Is that right? I thought it was 24-20 when I went to bed. I mean, look at the box score or whatever you call it. Yeah, nobody, well, Philadelphia scored, yeah, because it was 21-20. Philadelphia scored a field goal in the third quarter. Must have been a pretty dang good game at the end. That defensive guy said he's sorry for spitting on Dak Prescott. The league needs to fine him about $1 million. Spitting on another player, that's ridiculous. I guess C.D. Lamb dropped a ball because he said he takes responsibility. Well, but the guy that fumbled that ball, we were going down to score. Anyway, I thought they played a good, the half I saw, they played a good game. So all you Cowboy haters, keep hating. This is a story that I was talking about yesterday. Sheriff Wayburn refuses to give briefings requested by Commissioner Simmons on jail deaths. I guess just Elisa Simmons called for it. But he didn't show up. He sent an email which was read out loud by a staff member. Well, what did the letter say? Well, they're jumping on the county commissioner. I don't know why we can't be transparent about these deaths. I just don't know. I don't know where we're at on that. Let me share this thing here. Because I did not share it yet. Okay. Thank you, Gene. We're eating at Grumps in River Oaks. Brittany's in, James is in, Willie's in. Okay, so we are officially on North Texas Giving Day. That's a big deal. And I can tell you that somebody up there is thinking about us, because Lindsay was told several times the day before yesterday, no, we didn't get one last document in. I made a phone call, and 11 hours later we were accepted. But I knew the person. So, and I hadn't seen that person in 35 years. So, I thoroughly believed that the man upstairs had something to do with that. So we are on North Texas Giving Day. Now the day that all of that takes place is on the 18th. Last year on the 18th, or on that day, whenever they had it last year, which we weren't part of because we didn't have our paperwork back from the state, they raised $70 million. And it goes to nonprofits in North Texas. So it's a big deal. I hope we get some money from. So please tell businesses, whatever, you can write it off. And it gives. Hold on, let me find one of the links. Okay, so there's a picture of a bunch of us. Mike Moncrief, Maddie Parker. Who is that? I can't. Don Istook, Kyle Polson, Betsy Price, Jody Dean, myself, and Therese Moncrief is on the opening picture. Then there's some other pictures. And so then it says Larry's Kids is a 501c3 dedicated to spreading holiday cheer, collecting and distributing bicycles. Says I've been doing it for 38 years and giving away over 19,000 bikes. It's 19,550 to be exact. Somewhere in here it says I can't find it now. But it says we have been cleared by federal, state, city, IRS, everybody. They vet you pretty doggone good, which is fine. The last issue was they had wanted a canceled check where to send our money when the thing's over. We don't have a check. There's nobody gets paid out of this deal. So we got a letter from Pinnacle saying that that the account's there, this, that, and the other, and so then that lady told Lindsay, she said, "Well, you didn't get it in time, yada yada yada." But I knew somebody on their deal. I can't find the thing I was going to read to y'all, but anyway, so we're in. So you can give on North Texas Giving Day. The links, there's a direct link, or you can go to larryskids.com and make a donation. So we're rocking and rolling. Okay, so I still say the Cowboys played a great game, I thought. I just couldn't stay up and watch all of the hoopla. Trying to find the live feed again. There it is. Okay. I'm in, Tom's in, Brittany's in, Victor is in, Aaron is in, Gene is in. George is in. Gene, you need to come to Grump's tomorrow and eat, brother. So anyway, we're excited about that. Everybody should be excited. That's just another win for the kids. Yeah, the jail situation, I don't have a clue. I'm not going to... I think that it ought to be transparent, though. Lots of people. I don't know how many have actually lost their lives in that jail, but I think it's more than some other jails. Hold on. Can we come tomorrow? Sure. This is the Cleburne bunch. Maybe 5 of us. We're going to try to make tomorrow work. Okay? What time are y'all going to be here, Cleburne? Is 7 too early? No, it's perfect. Maybe y'all can do 5 every weekend. They should have beat the Eagles, but you know, they're playing with a new team, so to speak. Of course, so was the Eagles, I guess. They knew they were in a ball game. That guy spitting on Prescott helped our situation. Yeah, Cleveland, I'll be here. 7 a.m. with bells on. Yeah, that helped a lot. And then when we were down there fixing to score, another guy grabbed Dak's face mask or something, got a 15-yarder. That brought us even closer, and then that new running back, I guess, fumbled. And if it hadn't been for Dak Prescott tackling that guy that recovered the ball, that would have been a touchdown. So without Micah Parsons, we held them to a field goal in the second half. I'd say it's pretty good. I don't know really how to answer that. But that's outside what we talk about, so. The person that did the shooting was a transgender, one of those deals. I don't know. Is that true? We're not going to get into don't post anything on any of the groups about that. I mean, you can find out about it on the regular internet. I'd never heard that. I wonder if it was true. So, just another sign, 5 years ago, in the 2020 drive, in one of the 2020 drives, not the bicycles, but toilet paper, paper towels, waters. We were sitting out here waiting for people to... The shop was closed. We couldn't open because of COVID. And it was myself, Bill Palmer, Toby Barrett, and Melinda Hicks. And we had a real steady stream of people dropping off paper towels, toilet paper, water, and all of that. And then it just kind of stopped. And we prayed and almost like turning the water off and turning it back on. It happened. So 5 years later, they told Lindsay, and the lady was rude to her. She said, no, quit asking, no, we've got a set of rules. And within, that was the day before, I talked to that person that I know 10:30 that night, I'd left a message. He called me back. He said, I thought you was dead by now. And I said, no. It's 35 years since I even thought about that guy. And I told him the issue, and 8 o'clock the next morning, they said, y'all are in. So that ain't nobody's doing down here on earth. I can tell you that. So it's all about the kids. If you can't see your way in your own heart to give to these children, then that's between you and yourself. But when you get up this morning or go shave or brush your teeth or whatever, you can remember that I ask you to help. And if you don't, then ain't nothing I can do about it. Everybody can give something. $5, $10, $25. But we need money now. We got to start buying bikes. And that's not just a deal. You pick up the telephone and say, here's our debit card. We want 1,000 bikes. No, our numbers are through the roof. Same thing buying helmets, you know. I just thought Lindsay said, give us 1,000 helmets. Well, that isn't what happened. You got small, medium, large, and you got toddlers, and I mean, give us 100 of these, 200 of these, and it just blows your mind. So the important thing now is to get funds. You got several ways you can make a donation. You can bring a check by here, money, whatever. Any of our directors, Kyle, Colin, Eric Walsh, Wes Williams, Therese Moncrief, Manny Ramirez. We've got a great board, and it's all about the kids. That's all it's about. So please help. I've had 2 different organizations call me and say, if we give you a $500 donation, will you come out here? And yeah, one of them, we're trying to get a date set up. They're in the west side area. And then the other ones are out of city or state. I think they're by Louisiana. So we're going to do a Zoom deal. If they make a $500 donation, we'll do a Zoom history lesson with Q&A, questions and answers. So I'm asking you, will you help these kids? They're our kids, not just Larry's kids. They're all of ours kids. And people that tell me, no, it's not my responsibility. Yeah, it is your responsibility. And the quicker we learn that and start helping each other, the faster we're going to get back to a regular civilization here. Because I tell you, it's out of kilter. There's not people just arguing with each other. They're down to fist fights, pushing people, calling people names, all of that. That's my good granddad. I would wonder what he would think about today's political world. And he was a Democrat. He was what was called a blue dog Democrat. So they ended up they always wanted to help, but in the very end they did what was best for the city, state, or country. Well, that party is no longer in existence. Neither is the Republican Party. So things change. Back in the 20s, the Ku Klux Klan had a party as viable as the Republicans or the Democrats. They had a march in Washington with 100,000 people. So we have gone through some crazy stuff here on this earth. And I don't think the man upstairs set it out to be that way. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. All I'm saying is, will you help with our kids? You don't even have to leave your house. Larry'sKids.com. North Texas Giving Day. Go to Larry's Kids. But this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we need money. We had no donations yesterday. No donations the day before that. So I don't know what I need to do to touch your heart. I've got stories of youngsters that grew up to be adults that came in here and thanked me when they were of age and had their own families, but I would never talk about those families. All I'm telling you is we have a lot of children that don't get to, none of our kids or us got to pick our parents. Things happen. COVID happened. People lose their jobs. They do whatever. They don't even think about giving husband and wife a present. They're just trying to get something for the kids. That's where we come in. And if you're listening to me and you just go about your business and don't do anything, I don't see how you do it, really. Really, I don't. There's no excuses. That excuse of that it's not my responsibility, yeah, it is. Well, you need some help. And what if everybody said it's not my responsibility? Every year we have the same people donate, donate, donate. I need new people. People that, y'all been following me for years. You know if you've given or not. I see every single donation that comes in on the internet, or brought to me, or brought to any of the directors. I know about all of them. And I mean, if you don't donate, you don't donate. That's your business. I just wish you'd think about it. What's $50 or $100? If you're working or if you're on a fixed income, it's still, yeah, you might have to give something up 1 month or whatever. I understand. We got a lot of good people out there giving up stuff all year round, with the exception of about 2 months, putting this thing together. And they all feel like they're our kids. So, like I say, if you can sit there and not do anything, that's your business. I ask all of our sponsors to at least volunteer. I hope that you could donate. Okay, let's talk about the sponsors. David Hart Painting. He's been our painting contractor for many years. Fort Worth Florist. Jeanette and her team have done a wonderful job sending flowers all over the planet. Tri-State Dent. They are our paintless dent removal sponsor. Small dents, minor dents, hail damage, door dings. They come to you and they work with your insurance as far as the deductible. Eric Walsh is one of the directors of Larry's Kids. He's a realtor, he's a developer, he's a good guy. So if you know Eric Walsh and you want to give a check, call him and say, hey, I got a check for Larry's Kids. All Blue Mound Cafes are sponsors of Fort Worth Memories. Also Stinger Sports Bar in Azle, same ownership, Blue Mound Cafes. The Anchor on Eagle Mountain Lake, and I've heard they just started another one. Phelps Family Auto Care in the Burleson area. But they do draw from people from Fort Worth too. They got a great reputation. Stroud Auto Supply. It's very rare you see a independent auto supply store go head to head with O'Reilly's and AutoZone and all of them. Wargacy, Somerset are our legal sponsors. They just renewed their sponsorship. They do everything if you're getting sued to capital murder. They've got about 30 real good attorneys over there. Rockwood, Go-Kart, and Mini Golf. It's right here on University and Jacksboro Highway, just before you get to that flea market. Melinda with the patch. Her website is listed all over the groups. Go on there and listen and look at that stuff. That patch is something to see. It's not that expensive, and you can get a hold of Melinda, leave her a message, send her a messenger, and she will get back with you and answer any of your questions. Bonbon, capital B-O-M, capital B-O-N. Severe weather in my area for the next 24 hours. Bonbon is Mark Perez, P-E-R-A-Z-Z, handyman, remodeler, residential, commercial. Dana Lang Insurance, Insurance, real estate. Dana sells Cowtown. Very knowledgeable about Fort Worth stuff. Great lady. Rex's Bar and Grill. It's in the old Macaroni Grill on University. We had our birthday party there a couple of months ago. That thing is snazzy, man. Termite King, Pest Control. Brad has a plan and a program for residential, commercial, whatever. He can fix you. Brandon Cross Electric. Brittany's doing another $100 challenge. So let's get somebody accepting that challenge. Cross Electric, residential, commercial. They got the big trucks, they got little trucks, they got employees. Royal Flush Plumbing, they are our plumbing sponsor. K Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez. If you're not sure if your roof is damaged from all these high winds and storms, call K Ranch Roofing, and Bree is the office manager. She will send somebody out that works for you and works for them, and they inspect your roof and they don't charge you nothing. So that's a free deal. Fort Worth Lumber, they're down on I-35 South, huge complex. If you need building materials, building plans, or you just want to bounce some ideas off somebody that's knowledgeable, that's the place to go. All of our sponsors are listed on FortWorthMemories.com. And plus, I post their information all day long, up and down the groups. Optimus Club of Fort Worth. Jeff Norman heads that group up. Optimus Club is an international organization, and they do lots of great stuff for youth. Plus, they give us a Christmas tree every year that's worth probably $150, $200, and we thank them for it. Winstead Paint and Body, White Settlement Road, 1 block west of Roberts Cutoff. I've been using them for 40 years. Coburn's Catering, Steve Coburn is 3rd generation caterer. They opened over there on North Main in 1946, and they're still in the same spot. Old South Pancake House, another Rex Benson owned company. 2 locations. One on University is open 24/7. You can get breakfast any day, any time. The one in Burleson opens early, stays late. A-Bird AC and Heating, that's Dub Peacock's company. So nobody really thinks about your central air and heat unit because it's nice and cool in the summer, and in the winter it's nice and warm until that unit goes out. I'm sure you're like me, you don't even look at it. Sit behind the house. It's outside. You need to have a checkup on it, just like anything else. You check up on your own physical, you check up on your children, all of that stuff. It costs $95 with A-Bird AC and Heating to have them come out and give you a inspection. Maybe there can be something done that's going out that you can fix and not have that problem of replacing the whole thing. Because if you have to replace that central air and heat, that's not hundreds of dollars, that's thousands. State Farm Insurance, Jenny Stewart. All these insurance companies, USAA, Farmers, State Farm, they're all good. It's which one can give you the best coverage for the least amount of money. So call, it costs you nothing to call Jenny Stewart's State Farm Insurance. Swartz and Hanson are our architectural sponsors. They're very active in the bike giveaway too. Dickey Car Sand and Gravel. If you need sand, if you're a builder and you need 10 dump trucks full of sand, Dickey Car Sand and Gravel. Grateful for Your Trees is owned by Dickey Car. They do everything to do with trees. They cut them down, they trim them, they grind the stumps down. But they do a lot more. They do demolition work, they do bobcat work, retaining walls, privacy fences, sell firewood. They do everything. So you got to make the call to our sponsors. They can't read your mind. And if you can't find the right sponsor or whatever, send me a message. I'll give you the right people to talk to. Cleburne, Brittany, how many bikes does Cleburne own? Oh. Hold on, let her check. That's right, I didn't even think about that. I think y'all owe 3 or 4. If you got them, you can bring them tomorrow. She's looking. Hold on. I guess Brittany's still on there. I can look back on. No, I can't. I'll tell you, she might not be on here, so I'll tell you. I'll send you a text when I find out. And yeah, you can bring them tomorrow. Yeah, she must be off. Okay, I'm gonna run. I'll see y'all at my first break. We're going to eat at Grump's in River Oaks. I think the Cowboys, the first half, look real good to me. I don't take back Jerry paying him $60 million a year, but he looked pretty doggone good to me. And that defense, without what's his name, held him to 1 field goal in the third and fourth quarter. It was a good game, the part I watched. Okay, I've got to sign off and figure out what I'm doing here. Y'all all treat everybody with respect and you'll get it back. Don't forget the kids.